Hi everybody, welcome once again to Speedway Gladiators, the program we present each week with the Robertson Prestige International Speedway with the compliments of Video Hub. What's in the program tonight? Well, we look at the highlights of last weekend's Ministock podium. It was youth mini-stocks. We look at the highlights of the opening round of the CanAm Minisprint Series as well. The highlight of the Manawatu Saloon. We've also got a chat with Phil Pirie from the Manawatu Speedway Club. Phil will talk about the club, what the club is doing, the mini stock that it gives to someone to run for the season, and he started off the season in 8P in the mini sprints. He's ending the season as 3NZ. Nathan Jefferies, we've spoken to him in the past. We're going to find out exactly what happened on that night in Stratford. Well, let's kick off the program tonight with the highlights from last weekend's mini stock podium. We've got the green lights now, so we are underway with Heat 1 of the Manawatu Youth Ministock Champs for this year. 23 elite car, 36 right in behind him, 23 is Kobe Dawn, and 26 Kays McMullen. As they head down the grandstand straight, Kobe Dawn, the lead car, 23 Seth Selton in the 36. Ella Hislop sitting in 3 at the moment, Charlie Newman in the 294. Kobe Dawn coming out of turn 4, heading up to face the starter. And 6 laps completed now. He is pouring on the speed tonight. 23P Kobe Dawn, 23 Harrison Cheatham now in second. 41P Seth Selton now in third in the 36P. Thomas Davis in fourth. 7W. The program does have 10 laps, so we are on the last lap right now. Looks like Kobe Dawn is going to comfortably take out Heat 1. Maximum points in the 23 car. Got the flag. There he goes, 23. Oh, Harrison Cheatham picked him up. He picked him up just about the line. Harrison Cheatham took it out. 41P, then we go to 23, Kobe Dawn. Thomas Davis in the 7W in third. They're racing. First into the corner. Who's it going to be? Well, it looks at the stage like it's going to be the 7 car of Thomas Davis. And then we go back to 24. 24 is Ashton Dawn. He's right up near the front. He's sitting in second place at the moment as they all go tumbling down the grandstand straight. Shouldn't use the word tumbling because they're not. They're driving down the grandstand straight. 1 or 2 bit of a shuffle towards the back. Got a car sitting very close to the line, to the wall I should say. 7W, 24, then we go 54. So we're looking at Thomas Davis in the 7W, Ashton Dawn in the 24. 54 is Daniel Pye, then we go Case Williams, 74. The lead cars are doing about 20.5, 21.2. 4 laps gone. Thomas Davis in the 7W heading down the grandstand straight with Ashton Dawn. He's in the 24P. Then we got Keys Williams, 74P, and 54W Daniel Pye. This is the Manawatu Youth Ministock title tonight. Don't forget these are youth mini-stocks. The average age is between 12 and about 15, 12, 14. They don't even have a car license yet. They're doing particularly well, I think. Harrison Cheatham, he won the first one. He's in 5th at the moment, the 41P. Last lap. Thomas Davis, the 77W. Then we go to Daniel Pye, Case Williams, Ashton Dawn, Harrison Cheatham, Lewis Ward, Jaden Clark. Flag comes out for the 7W. Thomas Davis took it out. Daniel Pye, the 54W in second. Ashton Dawn might make a podium at the stage if he does well in the last heat. Looking for the greens this time. Have we got it? Yes, we have. Come down to greet the starter. And off the front is the 14 car of Jaden Clark. Then we go Harrison Cheatham right in behind him. He's the man that's right on top points, but 1. Lewis Ward. Then we go Oliver Squire. As we head into turn 4 with Jaden Clark out front, 14P. 41P is Harrison Cheatham. 14P heading down the grandstand straight. Jaden Clark, Lewis Ward, Harrison Cheatham, Daniel Pye, Ashton Dawn, Thomas Davis. Last lap. There we are, the 14P took it out. Lewis Ward in the 971 was second. Harrison Cheatham was third, Daniel Pye fourth. One of these 2 drivers is going to be on the second step and the other on the third step. Here we go, second and third. We're racing, got the greens. First into the corner. It is the car from Wellington, the 7W. 14P sitting in second place at the moment. Thomas Davis out in front, Jaden Clark right in behind him. Not much between it. Jaden Clark trying to find a way up the inside. Not this time. 7W, Thomas Davis out in front. Last lap. 7W for second on the podium. Thomas Davis. Thomas Davis out of Wellington picks up second place. Let's start with the Manawatu Youth Ministocks for 2024. Third place, the 14P car of Jaden Clark. Jaden, congratulations, mate. All the best. It's always good to be on the podium. Third step is always good. I bet you wish you had that hook that you could push a button and it would grab that car in front of you and pull them behind you, right?
Yeah. Bit unlucky on the start, but I'm happy with third anyway.
Now, you got a few sponsors?
Quinn Clark, he's my dad. He's helped me with everything. Mike Clark Autos, ITM, Higgins Concrete, Marshall Builders, Kalos Windows. They've all helped this season and couldn't have done it without them.
The man out of Wellington, second in the Manawatu Youth Ministocks, the 7W of Thomas Davis. Well, Thomas, congratulations. We will let you get away with it, seeing you've got a W on the side of your car. It's always nice getting on the podium, particularly when it's not in your own hometown.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. Awesome track, awesome facility, awesome to be invited here. Yeah, it was a great meeting, good competitors. It was fun, yeah.
And, of course, the runoff.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was good to get the jump, but always got to pull your bum cheeks in when you're going past another car, especially in a runoff.
Was that you pulling them in?
No, but, whenever you're with someone else that competitive, it's a bit hard, You're always got to be on your edge, but yeah, just got lucky to get away with it today.
Yeah, you got a few sponsors in Wellington. I guess the family help you out a lot.
Yeah, I got Building King, #1 sponsor, but all my sponsors always help me out. All of them mean a lot to me.
The man who is on the top step of the podium is a man who's done incredibly well all season, always there or thereabouts. It's the man behind the 41P, Harrison Cheatham. Well, Harrison, I had you down. I had 4 names that I reckon were going to be on the podium, and you were one of them. You've had a great season so far. The car is strong and it's quick, and you're driving it really well.
Yeah, the car's always set up mint. Dad does a good job with it, and can't really complain about that.
You got some sponsors in the background, have you? Looks after you?
Yeah, got a few. Got obviously Dad at Geartech, and we've got Auto Super Shops, Arco Engineering. I think Darian DeRitter at Advanced Sheet Metals. He does a lot for us, so yeah, it wouldn't be possible without them. So yeah. Long-term
leanings. Is it going to be mini stocks for a while? Only a while. You'd like to get into another class eventually?
I want to go on a stock car, but I don't know if Dad's keen about that. But we'll see what happens.
Look of horror on your dad's face. No. All the best, mate. Congratulations. Well done on becoming the Manawatu Youth Ministock Champion for 2024. He's a member of the Manawatu Speedway Club, a committee member, heavily involved in all of the activities. Let's catch up with Phil Pirie. Now, as far as the Manawatu Speedway Club is concerned, I mean, you're on the committee. You've been for the club for quite some time now.
Yes, that's right. I can't remember when.
Yeah, they don't have any young people on the committee anymore. Have the slightly elderly on? No, just kidding. Now, where did the idea for the club to buy a mini stock come from?
It came from the club members because we realised that the club didn't seem to be giving much back to the membership. It was travel money, and the club, we thought we could do a bit better. So we came up with the idea of having a club car. It took about 2 years to get everyone on board, and we managed to grab a list of sponsors who paid some money initially, and then paid an annual fee to help us out. We saw it as a great way of getting people into the sport who really weren't sure whether they wanted to get into the sport or not.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's talk about what it actually is. The club has a mini stock, and it's available for someone to use. Now, that was the original concept, and basically, how long ago was that?
I think it was 6 years ago now that
6
we
years
first
now.
came out there.
So you're looking for someone who doesn't have a car, obviously, never tried mini-stock racing. They've got to be in the youth class.
No, they can be in the adult class, but we would prefer them to be in the youth class. But it's really designed for teenagers. You can get the car and you can race it for a season. If you're 16 and you turn 17 during the season, that's fine. Just got to pay the SNZ fee to go up to the adult class. But it's primarily there to get kids in who have not had the opportunity to have a car before to go racing and see if they like it.
Okay.
And as a result of that, we've always had them moving on to buying their own car.
Okay. Now, what are the responsibilities of the person who gets the car for the season?
Well, you get a car and a trailer. It doesn't cost you anything. You've just got to maintain the car. You've got to provide your own safety gear. And I tell everyone, spend your money on a helmet, the most expensive helmet you can afford to buy, because you've only got one head.
That's right.
And you don't have to go and buy top of the line race suits. You can get second-hand stuff. But the main thing is you don't have to go out and buy the best. You can just buy some good second-hand gear which passes SNZ standards. You're paying for a little bit of fuel and a few running costs. It doesn't cost much. We're talking about a few $100s a year, not thousands of dollars as people seem to think.
If somebody's interested in that, if somebody's watching it tonight and thinking, gee, I think my son or daughter could be well interested in that, what's the next step?
Okay, there's an application form. Applications close on the 13th of April. You can get those application forms from the Speedway office, from the Speedway club rooms, up at the souvenir hut, grab them off Nardine, or down at Terrace End Used Appliances, Chris Watson, the president of the club. There's forms there for you to fill out. There's an information pack, and there's the bond, because you have to pay a bond when you take the car. Fill it all out, send it in to the address, and it doesn't matter if you're a 12-year-old girl or a 17-year-old boy. We look at everyone and make the decision based on the merits of the application. Mini-stock racing is a great way for kids to get into the sport, and you've seen people like Jack Myers start off with mini-stocks
So many of them started
and
mini-stocks.
go straight into super stocks and perform really well.
Even sprint car drivers started off.
Oh yeah, it's a brilliant way to do it.
Well, Phil, great to catch up with you, mate. All the best for the mini-stock. Let's hope we get a great recipient for the car for next season.
Yeah, and thank you very much for the opportunity to promote the club and the club mini-stock.
Good idea, Phil. Nice to have you with us. Thanks very much indeed. Phil Pirie, committee member for the Manawatu Speedway Club. Manawatu Saloons on tonight. What happened last year? Let's cast our memories back.
They drop the gas. Let's go racing this time, and it's Hellcrow with the advantage. And a big run around the concrete from the 8 car, the 8W. Mike Denham rode the wall down that back straight. A little bit of contact at the back.
No down at all. 242. Hellcrow out in front. Gorf sitting in second place. A little bit of a gap back to the third car. A bit of a gap between third and fourth.
There was a pass for that second spot, and it was the 7G McIndoe that made his move. Fast car. Third place now is the Mufflers NZ8S of Corf. Fourth place, the 8W of Denham.
Interesting thing, the 7 car got a problem. He's pulling onto the infield.
Yeah, that's
The
a
7G
shame.
car of McIndoe, he's got a problem.
That car was quick and out in front, long way out in front, the full length of the main straight for the 242 car of Ashley Hellcrow. Second place now, regaining that spot, the 8S of Craig Corf. Then it's Denham in the 8W car. Fourth place, the 22W, Daniel Hole.
Looks like the car we had on the infield, 7G, McIndoe is rejoined. Whatever the problem was, maybe it sorted it out.
124p Marty Hellcrow is the big mover from grid 11 into the top 4.
Ashley Hellcrow, 1 to go. Going through 3, moving on to 4, then taking the flag. Ashley Hellcrow, great drive, got out from the drop of the flag, taking it, 242.
Here we go. Let's go racing this time. Hellcrow runs mid-track, but Smith is on the gas. Smithy had no front-end grip, just understeered down into 1. He was very lucky to get away with that. As we lose a car to the infield. Marty Hellcrow just sitting that left wheel right on that pole line. Fastest on the track as well, 17.7.
He's decided where the drive is. He's He's right.
Yeah, maybe a little bit untouched grip down the inside there. Smith is catching him though. He's faster by 2/10. Smith is smoking up the tyres a lot more, trying to stay with Marty Halcrow. And a great race developing for 3rd and 4th with the 6W of Jones trying to keep out the 8S of Craig Corf. 5 laps to go this time by. Smith, you can see, running the higher line off the exit. Trying to get a run, trying to make some momentum on Halcrow. Halcrow's just starting to struggle now down the inside. He's burnt up all the grip.
He's on the other side. He's going, oh, he's just nicked him, touched him. Probably unsettled him slightly.
Halcrow can't come off that line. That car just won't work out wide. Smith's going to go through.
Is he? Halcrow's trying to pick him back now. He's through.
Smith's car looks nice and settled now. The more he mashes that gas pedal with 1 to go, the better that car is. It'll be a Heat 2 victory from Grid 2 for the 27B of Josh Smith. 2nd spot for the 124 of Halcrow. 3rd place is Corf in the 8S car. Top 4 for the 242 of Halcrow. It's pretty even. Here's the drop. And Halcrow, half a car length on Corf. Corf throws it sideways. Halcrow has missed it. Couldn't get on the gas soon enough. Marty Halcrow works the inside. Josh Smith's going to stay up high. Josh is right up high. Trying to go around the outside of Halcrow. And dives
on the inside.
Back to the inside. Oh, contact with Marty Halcrow. They'll rack and stack. They drop the green this time. A little bit of contact with Corf and Ashley Halcrow. Ashley on the outside. The Halcrows have got some panel work hanging off both of those race cars as Ashley Halcrow stays on the outside line and gets in front of Corf. Here comes Smith. Smith understeering off the turn. Gets by Corf. Here comes Smith again. Just can't get it into the corner fast enough. Halcrow will still hang on. We're 1/3 race distance, 8 laps to go again. Smith's working inside, outside in the McIntyre car. Corf in that 3rd spot. It's the battle of the number 8s with Mike Denham in the 8W working him over. Doesn't upset the race out in front. Ashley Halcrow's got to be cautious not to open the door. Smith is in the gap. Smith will go through. And there's contact. Oh, we're going to go cautious before the race is done. This championship's not over. They'll drop the green once again. It's going to go green-white checker. And Josh Smith again has 2 laps to bring this championship home. Opening up the gap once again on Halcrow. Corf trying to put the 242 of Ashley Halcrow under some pressure. Checkers, same 1 lap to go. But we're done.
Well, we've got footage of the opening night of the CanAm Minisprint Series. Let's catch up with the highlights. We've got the greens. We're racing at the Minisprints, the first event of the night, 77 over the pole line a bit. The American has just squeezed past Stephen Hendrickson, the 13 USA. He's cleared out in front. He's probably about 6 or 7 metres away from Matt Pajerski as they come up to complete lap 1. But the American and the 13 USA has gone out head and shoulders. Stephen Hendrickson, he's increased. He's 50 metres at least ahead now. 8V having a bit of a wobble there.
Right rear decided to depart on the 8P there, Dave, hence he's on the infield.
All right, moved in. Okay, we've still got the Stephen Hendrickson, the lead car, the 13 USA.
He's driving the Dylan Smith 53 machine, former national champion car. Yeah, great drive there, Matt Pajerski. He's had a lot of hassle all season, managing to keep it on all 4s at the moment. The Dunsky in behind.
The Americans out front, 15.5, fastest lap. It shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, looks like the ones at the back, Luke Dudek and Jeff Needham, just struggling a little bit with either setup or traffic.
Final lap.
Very happy with this start as he takes the checker. First run in New Zealand, and he picks up a win for his efforts to Stephen Hendrickson.
Matt Pajerski in behind him in second, 20 in the 77P. Dadunsky 47S in third, Hurley fourth in the 82S. Then we go back to 18P, Daniel Nickel. Glenn McCutcheon, Ella Sharp, Jada Williams, Reagan Ogle.
Nice on the 54 as we get the jump, get the green. Sort themselves out back in the field. JJ, he didn't quite get the start, so it'll be Daniel Nicol that leads us through 1 and 2. Back to JJ Williams, Regan Ogle. And then looks like Paul Johnston sitting in the 4th spot. Here comes the 9C car, Luke Dudek, 9 Canada. Starting to make his way through. He's got Jeff Needham behind the 10 USA. Sort of based out there at Skagit Speedway, up on the border there of the US and Canada. Jonathan Allard, he clocks a few laps around there as well, to be fair. Luke Dudek, he's running the current New Zealand Championship winning car there. Dwayne Hickman picked up the New Zealand title last weekend in Stratford. It's the car of the 9 Canada. 1 down, 3 to go. For Daniel Nicol, and he's into lap traffic. First will be Mark Johnson. And it will be Trent Leslie. Oh, Johnston. Trent Leslie, has he got some problems? The 78 does, and he's hauled it up in front of the race leader. Manages to keep it bay. Aaron Eulenberg goes for a slider there on the 99. Paul Johnston with its checkers time for the 18. Daniel Nicol ahead of JJ Williams, Regan Ogle, Luke Dudek, Paul Johnston, Aaron Eulenberg. Nathan Jefferies beats home the 10 USA.
And who's first to get into turn 1? Got the greens. We're racing. And 29, Ella Sharp. First one around. Boy, oh boy, that was pretty tight too. Nathan Jefferies is back in about 3rd position at the moment. Ella Sharp managed to get out very, very fast. Got a handy lead on the 2nd place car, who is the 10S car, Jonathan Noonan. Then we go back to the 3 and 10. The lead car continuing is Ella Sharp. 29S, the 3 and 10 of Nathan Jefferies. Then we go back to Jonathan Noonan in the 10S. But down the grandstand straight she goes. 29S, Ella Sharp. 15 neat, 15 second neat laps. 15.2 for Jefferies. 9 laps gone, 3 to go. Ella Sharp, Nathan Jefferies, Jonathan Noonan, Glenn McCutcheon, Cameron Hurley. All on the pole line. No one's going high. No one needs to. There's obviously plenty of drive around the pole line. Last lap for the 29S of Ella Sharp. Nathan Jefferies. Then we go back to Jonathan Noonan, Glenn McCutcheon, Cameron Hurley. And the checker to 29S. Ella Sharp, she took it almost from lap 1. 12 laps later, she ends up taking the checkered flag. 16.2. Best time was 15 seconds neat. Then we go back to Nathan Jefferies, his best time 15.1. Jonathan Noonan, his best time 15.7. 15.5 for Glenn McCutcheon. Cameron Hurley on 15.6. He started off the season as 8P in the mini sprint. He ended the season as a 3 and Z. He's here tonight for the Grand Prix. He's Nathan Jefferies. Let's find out how the season's been treating him so far. Well, we came out a wee bit earlier in the season to have a chat to this fine fellow on my left, Nathan Jefferies. By that time, he was in a mini sprint with 8P on the wing. What's happened? He's had a paint job. He's now 3 NZ. Mate, all happened at Stratford.
Yeah, mate. Such an epic night. Just something we've dreamed of and chased for a long time, and it finally happened. So
have you raced in Stratford much before that night?
I've always raced. Every year we go up there, and the mini sprint class is a very supportive class of our track. So I've spent a lot of time racing there. Haven't had a lot of success, but yeah, spent a lot of time.
So what do you think of the track? I mean, it's a bit different.
It's definitely different. It's probably taken me a little bit too long to get my head around that D shape, but last season we sort of started getting the hang of it, and it's paid off, and it's just followed through to this season.
When you went up, you knew it was the New Zealand title.
Yeah.
And in your mind, as you drove up, you went through Hawera, Waverley, on to Stratford, you thought, well, I'm going to give it the best I can, but you probably didn't consider a podium finish, or did you?
I guess you always hope for the best. But my mentality this year is just to try and push myself every race meeting, so I just try to treat it like any other meeting and not to put too much pressure on myself. And to be fair, this year's probably the most consistent season we've had. Like, we podiumed at the Manawatu, we podiumed at the Taranaki Champs.
So at Stratford, it was 3 heats?
Yes, 3 heats, points over 3 races.
So heading into the third heat, you knew that you were not bad on the points. What was your thinking?
I was trying not to think it. I didn't want to look at the points to try and just keep that factor.
But you knew that you were sort of in the, say, first half dozen?
Oh, someone come and told me where I was, which I didn't really, I knew where I was sitting, so kind of add a little bit of extra pressure to the last race, but yeah, just try to keep it out and just go do my thing.
You knew who was ahead of you?
Yeah.
So you did the best you could. When you went over when you went past the flag, did you know roughly where you were in that particular heat?
In the last heat, I knew where I'd finished and I knew what number I had to get to 1. But we also had a bit of a slight mechanical issue in that third heat, but I wasn't sure whether I'd done enough to get second or third, so it was just a waiting game after the third heat.
So at what stage, when did you first realise that you had actually hit the podium?
They called the top 5 cars out, and they called them out in an order which I guess might have been the order, and they called me out third, so I kind of assumed then, and then when we went to the shed, we were trying to find out for a long time, it confirmed, but no one really confirmed it, but yeah, it was a bit of a waiting game really. You've
got a bunch of people that are behind you, you've got a bunch of people that help you, got the family. What was their reaction to a 3NZ? They would have been over the moon, wouldn't they? Oh, absolutely. Like, it was my old man Des that got me into it, and I guess I felt like I owed him a number for the time that effort that he's put in, and he's the same as me, like just so stoked to walk away with any number was a goal there, so yeah, it means the world to both of us. And having a good crew behind you, and I couldn't do this without my 2 main men, my old man Des and Murray, like they just put the hours in the shed and they back me 100% at the track, and they just do what I ask. So it's a whole package, like it's not just me in the car, it's the whole crew and everything they do and we do together. And the family? Oh yeah, I had my youngest daughter Scarlett there, and she's my #1 supporter at the moment, and she was pretty excited. And then since New Zealand's, we had the CanAm Series, where the Americans and Canadians come around running with us. So we raced Friday night at Palmy, where I managed to win that night, but blew my motor in the last race. And then on the Saturday night, went over to Wanganui, and a guy, Shane Gribben, gave me his car to race. Out of the blue, just said, here, take my car. So I went to Wanganui in his car and managed to win that night over Wanganui too. Let's look at some of the sponsors now that you've got. Who are the main ones? The car looks absolutely fantastic. I see the Rosie O'Grady. There's probably a pint there occasionally, is there? Yeah. Warren Phillips from Phillips Car Builders, Lockie from SES Electrical Solutions, Jeff from Intrench. This guy here, Lockie, he bought the business off guy Sam Lynn a while back. Sam sponsored me from the day I very started racing. Really? Yeah, so that's my original sponsor, and he's always had this wing panel on my car. So I'm pretty lucky and pretty privileged to have them been on with me for 10 or so years. So yeah, Palmerston Automotive do my motors. NZ sponsored all my hoses, and Effort Construction, which you can't see on the other side, is a new sponsor, came on this year. Yeah, I think it's time we bring Dad and your biggest fan over. Come on, guys, come into this. This is the number one fan. Dad, are you #1 or #2? Is she #1 or #2?
She's #1.
She's #1.
Yeah.
And you're riding behind.
Yes, and she takes over when Nathan's getting ready to go out to race, don't you? You want the helmet and the gloves and.
So you'll be pretty proud of Dad this year, eh? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Not everyone gets a 3NZ. Even better. Who knows? What do you think he might do on the weekend? Do well? Of course. Well, it's been a great opportunity to catch up with Nathan, mate. Once again, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Congratulations on the great season so far. And we'd be so proud to see you on the podium this weekend, and even prouder next year with a lower number on the wing of the car.
That's the goal.
And we'll have to have a lemonade on that one, eh? Yeah. All the best. Nathan Jefferies, 3NZ in the mini sprints. Let's see what happens this weekend, and more importantly, let's see how he goes for the title, which is here at the Robertson Prestige International Speedway next year. Coming up tonight, 6 classes. We have got the Manawatu Adult Ministock Champs. We have got stock cars coming out of our ears. We've got super saloons. We've got saloon cars, and more happening tonight. So buckle up. Get ready, let's go racing.